Brother Danny, you want to honor us with a pule this morning? We don't get to see you enough.
Ai aloha kakahiaka kākou. O e pule kākou. Ko mako mako loko kalani. Ki kei ki ka uane mo le lena au mako naki ni aku mena kupuna. As we gather here on these beautiful Nanimau gardens to Ho'omau to continue our kuka, sharing our thoughts, our wishes, our strengths, and the ike that we have received from Akua as well as from our kupuna. We come together and ho'olokahi to continue talking story about the betterment of Hawaii and the people of Hawaii Nei. We're thankful for Oha and all of the trustees and the alaka'i here for the kuleana that they have been given and that they work towards the betterment of Hawaii. Please bless this halawai, this event, and all who have gathered here. Please continue to alaka'i, to guide each and every one of us, to inspire us in the things that we do, that we may continue the hanapono, the good works of our kupuna, and that we may do this in the spirit of aloha. Mahalo ke akua for all of your love and guidance. E mauaku ka loko mai kai o ka haku Yesu Christo. Ke aloha o ke akua ka makua me ka launa pū ana mai o ka uhane molele. Mai ke la aku a i ka manawa pau ole. Amen.
Mahalo. Mahalo nui. Aloha kakahiaka, I would like to at this time call the meeting to order and let it reflect that today is Thursday, September 26th, and it is 9:30. Board Secretary, will you please call the roll?
Hill. Aloha mai kākou. Present.
Hill. Hill.
Present.
Present.
Present. Mahalo. We welcome you again to our Hawaii Island Board of Trustees meeting this morning. I repeated last night that we are always happy to be on the different neighbor islands as we meet with our beneficiaries and hear their concerns. At this time, well, I'd like to also share that we do have live stream on our meetings, and it can be accessed at www.oha.org/livestream. Before we begin, I would like to ask each trustee to introduce their staff at this time. We'll start with John.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Aloha mai kākou. I am John Wahei IV. I'm a trustee at large. And joining me is my Chief of Staff, Melissa Winahan.
Aloha mai kako. My name is Luana Alapa. I am the trustee for the islands of Molokai and Lanai, and my aide is here with me. Her name is Pohai Ryan. Pohai, there you are. Thank you.
Aloha no. My name is Kalea Kaka. I'm honored to serve as your Oha Oahu trustee, as well as the chair of OHA's Committee Beneficiary Advocacy and Empowerment. I want to mahalo everyone who are joining us online and in person, and mahalo our dear trustee Trask for her lifetime of service, often sacrificing your own health for the betterment of our people. Mahalo.
Trustee Trask.
Oh, I can say one more thing. Sorry. Joining me today is my kokua, Nathan Takeuchi over there, and as well as my ohana, my father who did the pule, Dan Akaka Jr., my mother, Anna, Luikwana Kaka, a Hilo girl, and my husband, Tyler Akaka, and our baby over there. Mahalo. I'm happy to be here as a Big Island girl, as myself. Mahalo.
Aloha, good morning. I'm Millie Lunny Trask. I'm the trustee for one more month for the Big Island of Hawaii. And my aides who are here with me are Kau'i and Kalista there, and also Ilima, who has been carrying double load in the Hilo office. Thank you so much, ladies, for your help.
It's a good segment.
Kako. I'm Keli'i Akina, trustee at large, and I have with me today my trustee aide, Ruben Sierra. Just honored to be on Moku Keawe, the spiritual home of my family.
Aloha. One and all, I'm Rick Gulataria, at-large trustee. I'm thankful that my staff was here last night, but Leanne Durant had to go back to Honolulu. So aloha no to her. A special haole lahanau to Melissa. Trustee Waihe's staff. Thank you very much for having us here on Island.
Aloha and good morning. Aloha and good morning. I'm Keone Souza, trustee at large. I'd like to mahalo Trustee Milani Trask for hosting this meeting. It's one of her last meetings with us, and thank you for your service. I want to introduce my aide, Kaui Rebello back there. Mahalo.
Thank you, and I'm Trustee Hulu Lindsay. I'm the Maui trustee. I have with me the staff, the board staff. We have Kanani Amber Kalua, and our board secretary is Lehua Itukazu. Joining us this morning is our CEO, Kapohana Stacy Ferreira. Stacy, will you please introduce yourself and our administrative staff supporting us here this morning?
Mahalo Chair, aloha trustees, aloha moku'o ke'awe ohana. Mahalo for joining us. Today from our administration, we have Chief Operating Officer Kehau Pu'u, Senior Director of Hawaiian Cultural Affairs, Hailama Farden, Director of Oiwi Wellbeing and Aina Momona, Ku'ike Kamakeo Ohelo, Director of Education, Culture-Based Learning, Anuhea Awo Chan, Director of Economics and Business Resilience, Poni Askew, Interim Information Technology Manager, Kevin Chalk, Public Policy Advocate, Kealoha Piscata, Multimedia Designer, Josh Cole, Communication Strategist, Kelly Swallow, Interim Beneficiary Services Manager, Ilima Kela, Genealogy Ancestry Specialist, Lucy Meyer, Strategy Consultant, Parker Spencer, and Grants Officer, Ahia Dai. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Stacy. First up on our agenda is item 3, approval of minutes. Lehua, do we have anyone signed up to speak on this agenda item?
No one is signed up to speak on this item.
Madam Chair, I move the acceptance of the minutes.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call.
Aye.
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 Yes.
Yes. Mahalo. Status of OHA activities, Kapohana, Stacy, about Hawaii Island activities.
Mahalo, Chair. When you came in this morning, you should have received the agenda as well as the Island Community Report. If you have not, please make sure you grab one on the way out. I'm just going to share a couple of activities in my update for you. The first one is OHA funding for Hawaii Island. There are 37 current active grantees providing services on Hawaii Island, totaling $16 million awarded. 21 of those 37 active grantees are exclusive to Hawaii Island. There are 70 active Native Hawaiian revolving loan and consumer microloan programs, loans that have been provided to beneficiaries on Hawaii Island, totaling $1.7 million. I also wanted to share that the Office of Hawaiian Affairs remains committed to the protection, restoration, and repatriation of our iwi kupuna. Additionally, OHA's commitment to iwi kupuna lies with our kuleana of selecting nominees for the island burial councils across the state. Once applications are vetted, OHA submits qualified nominees to the governor for his approval. Island representatives are selected from the Hawaiian community based on their understanding of Native Hawaiian culture, history, burial beliefs, customs, and practices. On Tuesday, October 1st, OHA will be launching its updated application on our website to address current vacancies on each of the island burial councils by seeking qualified applicants for this critical role. Current vacancies on Hawaii Island include members representing Kona, Ka'u, Kohala, and 2 spots for land owners and or developers. So we please encourage you, if you yourself would like to submit your name and resume, or if you know any other qualified applicants, please go to our website to submit the information or to get additional information at www.oha.org/burial councils. Mahalo.
Thank you, Stacy. Next on our agenda are community concerns. Lehua, at this time, do we have anyone signed up for community concerns and celebration?
Yes, our first speaker is Richard Hall.
Okay. Checking.
Aloha, Richard, over there in the middle.
Aloha,
Aloha.
trustees.
Aloha.
Yeah. Thanks for the opportunity. I just wanted to give you folks background. You know, like, first of all, I am I am a great-great-grandson of Kamahele Nui from Loapuna. And I'm a cousin of Ikaika Marzo. I'm the oldest cousin, and he's the youngest cousin. And just for a little bit of background, my tutu lady, Miliana Kamahele, used to play slaki long time ago, yeah? And she handed the guitar to my dad. My pop gave the guitar to me, and I gave it to Ikaika. Yeah, just to give a background. My background is that I've been a farmer for about 40 years. We produced quite a, like maybe 4 million pounds of bananas annually and about 1 million pounds of tomatoes annually. So I'm a farmer, and I've been a farmer a long time, and I know how hard it is to be a farmer. And we never got anything given to us. The way we succeeded in getting to where we're getting was all by attitude. And the attitude was passed down from my dad from his parents and that kind of thing. So the basic bottom line was this: not no can. Get 1,000 reasons why no can. I'm only looking for the one reason why can. And then he also said, find 2 answers for every problem and 1 more just in case. So when you're small kid, and I was about 10 years old when he was saying that kind of stuff, and he only went to the 5th grade. But that stuff lasted me all my life, and as I got older, it started to make more and more sense. Especially the last one. Find 2 answers for every problem, 1 more just in case. it's got to be based in facts. Otherwise, your conclusion would be wrong. So I kind of, go as, I look into it as much as I can based on facts, yeah? And that's it. Let's see. Yeah, so my whole thing is about having gone through this and gone through all the different steps and challenges. Like I said, I know how small farmers have a hard time. And so that is my mission, to do whatever I can to help small farmers. Now try to figure out what the situation is for small farmers. Here we are in Hawaii, in the middle of the ocean. 80-something% or more of our food is imported based on fossil fuel. And we don't generate any fossil fuel ourselves. So we're in a very kind of spooky place when you think about it. So now, what happened to me was back in 2007, I went to the first of 5 peak oil conferences. At the peak oil conferences, they made it clear that fossil fuel was finite. You don't know how long it's going to last, but it's finite. And so it's just common sense, yeah, finite. Okay, and we're going to depend on that, and our whole economic system is based on that. We've got to figure out what we're going to do. So in trying to figure out what we're going to do, what can we do for small farmers here? Because they cannot do scale like you can do in the Midwest. The terrain, flatlands, elevation, all kinds of stuff makes it difficult to do scale. So if you cannot do scale, what you going to do? The best I could figure, trying to think of what we need to do is, what happened if we could do something that would generate multiple income streams? For example, like on our property, we generate electricity from one of the streams. We've got 6 streams and 3 springs on our property. And our property is located in Pipekeo, so between Wailuku River and Hakalau. And, I should have mentioned that I've been doing a bi-weekly podcast for about almost a year now. And one of them was by John Cross, and he was talking about how many perpetual streams there are on the Hamakua coast. There's about 16 of them. The trouble is, when you drive down the coast, you don't even know that there's perpetual streams because everything covers it up. You just drive by, you have no imagination. So what I've been doing is I'm trying to figure out how can I get this idea that we have these springs, what can we do with it? So the problem is guinea grass. Back when I was farming, never have guinea grass, used to only have California grass. I could just drive my vehicle through the California grass, cut a hole, and plant bananas. And that's how we started bananas. Never had money. But now you cannot do that. I blew up my vehicle's engine trying to go through guinea grass because the thing is 10 feet tall. So now that's what I'm spending my time doing, knocking all the guinea grass down so that you can see the streams running. And then once you can see it, people can imagine, oh yeah, okay, now. So what I'm trying to do is figure out how can we do something to educate youngsters, because these are our future. They gotta feel like there's a future for them. Otherwise, they're not gonna want to farm. That's why people, they don't go into farming. They can make money. But so that's what we're trying to do. Yeah. So I'll just read. For those of you who know Olin Kealoha Lagon, he has a Facebook page, and he wrote something, and I responded to it, and I'll just read this, what I responded to him. Okay, I said, the Hawaii Groundwater and Geothermal Resource Center at UH Manoa is the experts on energy, because we're talking about energy. Hawaii Island sits above 5 volcanoes. Heat from these volcanoes will last 1 to 2 million years. Drill a hole, steam rises, spinning a turbine. That steam is free and will be free for forever, practically, 1 to 2 million years. Electrolysis can produce hydrogen. most electrolysis is based on methane gas reformation, which is a finite resource. This is fossil fuel based. Only 3% is based on geothermal electricity, which is stable for us here in Hawaii for 1 million years. Hydrogen also can be used to fly planes as well as heavy-duty truck transportation. Toyota has committed to hydrogen for that reason. Instead of batteries, you have the disadvantage, plus you got to get rid of them. Artificial intelligence is powered by electricity. We could be the center for AI technology in the whole world. Hawaii can be there. Okay, Hawaii Island spinning turbines based on free steam is potentially the cheapest, most stable form of electricity for future generations. It is also the climate-friendliest form of electricity, cradle to grave. So that's all I wanted to say. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chair. Just before Richard exits, I just want to say aloha no to you. We're friends. And I know you're friends to a lot on the board here, but I wanted to acknowledge a couple of things. Number one is you've always been a clean energy advocate. Number two, you've always been a sustainable agricultural advocate. I also want to point out to the audience that you're a health advocate too. A couple of years ago, Richard's health went into decline, and he picked up powerlifting. You want to talk about kupuna power? And he started lifting, and he set 2 world records at the age of 79. So thank you so much, Richard, and congratulations. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Calling on Jojo Tanimoto.
Aloha, can you hear me well on the Zoom? I have a big problem with your Zoom last night. I love the pictures that I saw, and I heard nothing. So too bad there is no captions. And I did say Rowena. I don't know what she said, but nice to see you again, My name is Jojo Tanimoto, and I live in Kauai on the other side of the island. And I want to thank Millie very much for helping us, because we have a problem with historical burials. So I like your ad, Stacy, about finding people on the burial council. I do have a note to that, though. Hawaiian Homes now has authority for the burials on Hawaiian homelands. And that is why I'm here today. I want to thank all of you for coming so far to visit us in this rainy country. My side is nice and warm, blue water, everybody's fishing, and I come this side, very different. But that's normal. So my testimony is to ask all of you for communication help. For the Department of Hawaiian Homelands, help us communicate with them, because in Kauai, the department is now making a Hawaii Island plan. It's a process in order to move forward. We completed a regional plan for Kauai. There's a few things that did not get inserted. What the plan does show is they want to use land use for industrial and commercial lots. And one of the first things that came in that flagged everybody in the community is we have 3 residential lots since World War II. And they're not there in the plan. They are now gone. It's industrial in this plan. We also have Kamehameha had a lot of historic sites. The Forbes Caves. Between the cave and the industrial area is now going to be an extended industrial area up to the Forbes Caves. At the harbor, we have this crypt that sits on the side of the highway. And the Davis family has a lot of residential beneficiaries in the homestead, but they're not there either. The problem is that's a church site, a historic church site. It's the Isaac Davis John Young Church, okay? No longer included in the plan. You know, so stuff like that is historic. It's our heritage. It's our we're descendants of the kupuna. And if we cannot teach that or keep it alive, then the guy that was talking about the school, whatever he said, you know, today's school teaches Hawaiian. So you work hard in the education and you get rid of history. So the community has been trying to get Hawaiian Homes to change these areas into conservation lands. They do that with all the other homesteads. You have burial lots, you have willy trees, and those areas are protected and identified. Now they're coming to Hawaii. The plan is for the next 20 years. Those people are not going to have lease at the harbor. The church is going to be gone for industrial. Everything is going towards revenue generation. None of the revenue is going to help Kauai High, which we need water. Kauai High is like the Sahara Desert. You got to bring the water. Hawaiian Home says it's too expensive. Like we were talking the last time you came to Kauai High, the water is across the gulch. We need the pipe come across the gulch. No money. So they can go build new homesteads, they can go build new infrastructure. Kauai High got nothing. And with this plan, we don't expect to see anything. So we're communicating with the department to include these areas because we need the area for the water. We need the area for the road because we're in a tsunami zone. Let us get out. If we cannot get on the road, they close the road. Where are we going? So we have asked, and maybe we speak Pidgin English so prominently in Kauai High, that we need people that speak English to Hawaiian Homes. Okay? So this plan is just moving along. They're following the rules, public outreach. And the community is saying, change this thing. Okay? It's not happening. So I came today to ask all of you for your help. Yeah? And I don't know how else, maybe you can communicate with us in the community to figure out how we can do a better communication with Hawaiian Homes instead of going out to everybody else. Okay, the second thing is because Hawaiian Homes is the authority instead of the Burial Council. All of these stuff is Department of Hawaiian Homelands. So what do we do? So I came today to ask for your help and whatever you can do, and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
checking. Calling on Thornton Kekipi.
My name is Thornton Kikialoha Kikipi. I'm the son of Lino Pumulani Kikipi, who is the son of Isaac.
13, can you get closer to the mic?
Who is the son of John Kikipi. Thank you. Thank you for all of you guys' good work and supporting all of the projects in the community. My request is one of the paying attention to reinterment. And my family and I have been trying to get our Puna reinterred to the original place of rest. And they've been disturbed for over 25 years. We cannot put them back. It's reinterment and where it came from. It's not like they came from a museum or anything. They held in trust with the State Historic Preservation until such time a burial treatment plan was put in place. In the process, as you guys might be familiar with, is that the recognized landowner should be held responsible by rules or laws of the state. And the recognized landowners with multiple, but one of the discrepancies is that who owned the road that gave access to the area of Kumukahi. And there is no there was, in the process, had 2 burial treatment plans that were approved, one by the earlier council back in 24 years now, and one almost recently. I'd like to really extend my mahalo nuis to our trustee for all she's trying to do, but she's limited, and so I come to you for asking for your kokua. What happening is the 2018 flow when blocked the road, and in the county now celebrating, they just opened them recently, the road without a mitigation plan. So they never actually followed the full process of the rules. So now, since the 2018 flow and the forming of the new geography and the beach and the attraction of what is there, the unfettered access, people going in, dumping rubbish, literally desecrating the place. So the recognized landowner in the second burial council approved burial treatment plan was identified as the state of Hawaii because they had one quitclaim title deed from the Department of Education in 1988 that came to the deed ended and the future was in 2018. So from that time, the prior desecration, they never do anything to help us get them back, still there. And so, because they took FEMA monies and they never followed a due process, I think that's fraud. And not only is that fraud, so they come into question for me to research really who is the landowner. So I was going back and looking into the mahalo again to the trustee because she commissioned one book from Kumopono Associates that gave the chronology of why the lighthouse road was open anyway. And it's because the lighthouse, when they start back way in the early 19th century, as early as 1902. So get the whole chronology of who went open the road and who owns and retains in perpetuity, according to the deed, the quitclaim deed, the United States of America for navigational purposes under the Coast Guard. So when I look at that, that is evidence, in fact, because all the other stuff in there is public domain because they was taken out of excerpts of the newspapers that showed from the crashing of the ship back in the early 1800s, all the way to present day when they decommissioned the lighthouse now, the unmanned lighthouse. The second time that the Coast Guard went open up the road was after the 1960 flood took over the town of Kapoho. So when that one happened, they opened up the road again. Again, they knew everything that was out there with all kinds of studies. They knew what was the archaeological features. They knew what was the cultural sites and the significance of who the people were out there and what was out there. So now there's no plan, nobody following the route. And so I most recently went apply with the Native Hawaiian Legal Corporation for helping me personally, because I'm not just standing on the benefit of myself and my family, but every individual whose inheritance is the barrows and the barrow sites and the secrets of the barrow sites. But because of this kind of Zoom action in public meetings, more people know what's there outside there, more nearly. Guys going to talk about regenerative tourism when they're taking out the resources that belong to the Aina. This is just our inheritance to make sure that they go back, because that's why we huli. That's why we can link back to Haloa. So it's not no matter that the Indians get all this recognition and they get sacred sites and they get all of these protections, but what about us? And so I'm going to send you guys out some pamphlets so you can understand. In my frustration, I find out that really no legality into how the case came into Hawaii, and that this particular island is not mentioned, and so there's no jurisdictional control of any of these guys. So by fact, when you read that, and I went test them out too with traffic tickets, and I get no prosecuted because they cannot prosecute because they have no territorial jurisdiction. And I gave you an excerpt of one person that I went to court 4 times by myself, and later being for my expert witness, the acting regent pro temp, Dr. Keanu Sai, who actually teaches on course at the University of Hawaii. Plus, that's why I say yes. So I say up in here, I'm waiting for them to respond, then open the road, maybe like yesterday or whatever. See? So nobody going to respect that, me, my family. So individually, they violating everybody else who going cultural claim and recognizes the lineal descendants, one of. So that's why I come in to you to ask for your kokua and kako in helping get this result, and we can do it a reinterment. But with no mitigation plan, why get rules? You can only do what you can do. I can only do what I can do. So I'm going to bring you the information. So I need guidance. If you cannot help me, they cannot help me. What is my next venue? Because you need to resolve this thing. People going wild. People going opening them up, and we're not condoning any of this. Sorry, but you guys written in the barrel treat me in the law as being responsible for the barrels because you guys fund the positions. In 1994, barrels got desecrated. Oh, personally, in Puala. And was the police department took them. Illegally, not even following the rules, no training. We let them go that time, like nothing. We go put back the EV, make everything we figure, okay, boom, nothing. And you know what? The guy's talking about opening up all these places. Who there for watching 24/7? I was a resident down there, Puala. I get books, I can show you guys. Cops know like, come. Nobody gonna address that when people throwing all these rubbish, burning the cars right down there. Look at Puna. And that's what they're reflecting on all of us, statewide. Even the guys in diaspora over there have to leave this state. Wow. That's why we no can. We no can even take our kupuna who belong over there, who was here preceding all of these bogus rules that nobody following. Excuse me. I know we all confined by whatever rules, so whatever rules get, let me know, because I need to proceed. Mahalo. Thank you very much. Sorry.
Mahalo, Thornton.
So I think good morning. Good to see you again, and it was nice talking to you at the Native Hawaiian Convention last week in Kona. Can I ask you one question? I know you reached out to NHLC, Native Hawaiian Legal Corp. What's the current status? When you reached out to Native Hawaiian Legal Corp, what's the current, for help? What's the current status? What did they reply with? Oh, you can't hear, sorry.
What is the question, sir?
So the question was, what is the current status? I know you had reached out to Native Hawaiian Legal Corp. What did they reply with when you asked them for help?
I went to the, what happened was when I had CNHA, and I seen in the flyer paper, somebody even showed me that was going to get a Department of Interior, somebody from the office that was supposed to be somebody that I could address. So I went to the conference to go see that person. I ran into this person, was standing in line that would introduce me to somebody named Summer Silver, who used to work for the Native Hawaiian Legal Corporation that is now part of the Department of Interior. See? So I said, oh, okay, wonderful. I like talk to this person, and I wanted to go attend a workshop or something. Unfortunately, I just had on surgery, so from walking over there, my leg was swelling up. That's when I seen you. I only stayed there maybe 20 minutes the whole time, trying to look for what room was going to get something that's going to address that with the Department of Interior. They were scheduled on different times, so I had to leave. I had to leave because I had to come back for the doctor appointment. So what happened is, whenever you call, after she said, you know what, call the Native Hawaiian Legal Corporation, ask to be put on something, and so I called this woman that answered. Her name was Grace Lee. And so I faxed Grace Lee the chronology of the lighthouse for sure, that no matter what they say, right here, historically documented who went up in the lighthouse, how long they own them, and what the word perpetuity means. So they're responsible for the road, for anybody accessing the road, and that's from the beginning all the way to the lighthouse. So that's what I need help, right? So if the Indians can get guys come with a whoa, right? If the president no can go to where that place, Arlington, and make any kind politically, then how come that no can get us the same thing over here? We say, you know, and that's why I showed you guys that if that not going to help me, then.
Okay, we're actually going to have Kuike follow up with you. Kuike Ohelo, he's the director of Aina Momona and Oiwi Wellbeing. He's right behind you. Kuike is going to follow up with you on this issue.
Who's that?
Kuike, right behind you.
Who recognizes?
Kuike. That's Kuike right there. He's going to follow up with you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Hallelujah. Thank you.
He'll communicate with us. Thank you so
for
much.
all of your service. I know it's hard because you say you more yet and you get leakings.
No, thank you for being here.
And the
Mahalo.
blinks.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Thornton. That's the last person that signed up today. Is there anybody else that want to speak before we move on? Any community beneficiaries? If not, I'd like to mahalo to all the Hawaii Island beneficiaries that came last night and tonight, to our employees, our OHA employees that assisted Trustee Trask in putting our meetings together, and especially mahalo to Trustee Trask for putting the site visit yesterday together down at YPO Valley. That was a very special event. Hardly ever do people get to see what they saw yesterday. And the wonderful dinner last evening and meeting last night with all the beneficiaries that came and shared their mana'o. I have no further information. If anybody else doesn't have, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded that we adjourn. Roll call.
Aye.
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 Yes.
Yes. Mahalo. This meeting is adjourned.